Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Realkens TV. We live in the house like kitchen sinks. Pop-up surprise live. Nobody knew I was going live, man. You know what I mean? That's typically the case. I don't see much surprise in that. I never know when I'm going live. You know what I mean? I want to say I went live last Friday. Briefly. Stayed on about an hour or so. I said, you know what? I got to reach back to my peoples, man. Is that my dog Dreams? Scat Pack. What's up, man? What's good with you, man? I ain't doing too much. What's going on with you, man? Mrs. Plummer, how you doing? My Wendy Williams voice, how you doing? Mrs. Plummer is in the building. What's on your mind, Dreams? The Bronx is definitely in the building. Shout out to the Bronx. James McElvain, the moderator. You get wrong, you will get exited out of here real quick and respectfully. Shout out to James McElvain, my dog. How they let him bail out from upstate prison pending his appeal. Who you talking about, Dreams? Who bailed out? You talking about Diddy? Read my messages. Ah, one of the cops, you talking about one of the cops that, which cop you talking? Let me see. It's so many. It happens so much. I wonder which cop you speaking of. He got charged with the manslaughter for throwing a cooler at a guy on a moped. I ain't see that. I got to check that out. I haven't had an opportunity in the Bronx, New York. I'm going to check that out. When I get home tonight, I'm going to look that up, man. Dude fell off in that. Yeah, I didn't even see that story. I'm going to definitely check it out. You know I'm going to talk about it. You know how they do the police, man. They I don't know. They act as though that they, whenever the police get caught up doing something, the exact same thing that a regular civilian would do, they do anything, or the exact same thing that a regular civilian had done, they'll give the police officer all the excuses in the world, man. All the breaks in the world. I'm going to definitely check it out, and it's very believable, man. You know what I mean? Very believable, because these police. Because he's the police, man. And a lot of them guys, man, they take advantage of that because they know. They're already aware. That's why a lot of them do the things that they do. They're already aware that pretty much nothing's going to happen to them. Y'all double tap that screen, though, man. We got to get the likes up. Let the people know that we are in the building. It's a late night, Friday night. That's how the people will be alerted. YouTube sees the likes, the comments, the interaction, and they send it out to more people. You know what I mean? Just now getting off work, I said, man, I'm gonna go holler at my YouTube peoples, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a whole week. I'm gonna say it's been a week. Maybe it's been 2 weeks, but I think it was a week. Whatever the case may be, we here. We definitely here, man. James McElvain. Where's your partner at, man? I forgot his name. He texted me the other morning. I didn't get a chance to get back with him yet. But yeah, what y'all, I got the merch on the way. Just trying to tweak a few things. I think I'm gonna end up taking my face off of them. I think I'm gonna take my face off of them and just use the sayings or whatever. So I just put them out there just to see, you know, gauge the interest of the people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's to gauge the interest of the people. Dreams, you at work tonight? I know you getting that bag. Working all them hours you work, man. I know you getting that bag, man. What up, Bill? Shout out to Bill. Shout out to Bill. Nebraska, man. 12-hour shift, 7 days a week. Man, that's a beast, man. But, you know, like I always say, money ain't gonna fall out of the sky. You want it, you got to go get it. You got to go get it, man, somehow, some way. Be nice if it just fell out of the sky. I think we're gonna pretty much do like a Q&A session tonight, man. You know what I mean? Let y'all ask me whatever you want to ask me. Got to get some more people on live, though. I give it a couple more minutes. After that, we just gonna rock out. You know what I mean? We just gonna rock out with what we got. It's all good, man. What up, Bill? I see you. I appreciate you chiming in, tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I said that I was gonna start going live at least once a week, maybe even twice a week. I think lives are very, very important because it gives you an opportunity to, you know, interact with the audience, with your, you know, your peoples or whatever, and they can interact with you. Gives you a chance, gives people a chance to see, you know, a little bit different side of you. And I'm working on it at P.O. Box too. I'm gonna set up a P.O. Box. I got so much stuff going on, but I'm gonna set up a P.O. Box so that, because like sometimes people want to send me things, shirts and, you know, just whatever, glasses, whatever the case may be. So I can't just have my address all over the internet like it, you know. So I'm Monday, if I can remember, I'm gonna set a reminder for myself. Give me a P.O. Box. Because my days just be going just like that. You know what I'm saying? Woke up this morning, had class at 8:30. Stayed in class until 11. Got out of class. No, actually, I got out of class at 10. Went to work until about 2. A little bit after 2. Worked the morning shift. Ran home, got something to eat. From there, stayed at home about 30 minutes. Went to the barbershop. Left the barbershop. Went to my spot. Made a video. Left there. Went back to work. And I'm just now getting off right now. So I've been going all day long. So a lot of times, man, my days just be going, you know. But I said I got to holler at my peoples, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to. Have it no other way. Did I get the right Papa John's when I called? I didn't know that you called Papa John's. I didn't know that you called Papa John's, bro. What up, RealkenzTV859? Who's that? Sean Williams. What's good? Where you chiming in from, Sean Williams? I appreciate you, wherever it may be. It's always a blessing, man. Y'all could be watching anything on YouTube tonight, but y'all choose to chop it up with Kens, man. Truly, truly grateful. I had to go to an anger management class as a kid. Do a double concert. Wow. Oh. These glasses make it hard to see. I had to go to an anger management class as a kid. Damn, do you fish through a double concrete wall? I hit a glass one time, a window. I ain't never do it again. Sean Williams, Dayton's in the building. Dayton, Ohio. What's good? What's good, Dayton? What up, Kens? Make that 511 into a You know what? Somebody said something to me about a two-piece. I don't know. I don't know it. Is it the Torres family? I don't know. We'll see. That's a good idea. That's something that we definitely may look into. Damn, Bill, yeah, you definitely have some anger issues. You knocking holes and concrete walls and cars, and definitely have some anger issues. But you know, we all have issues. You know what I'm saying? I did, and the guy said you had a boyfriend. I told him I don't think he could say stuff like that. Who said I had a boy? What? Hold on, I'm lost. You called Papa John's and said that I had a boyfriend. What the heck? Man, we just, whatever the topic is, man, what y'all want to talk about? Somebody asked me something, man. We're going to do a Q&A tonight, man. Whatever y'all want to talk about. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all had a chance to check out part 2 my video that I dropped earlier today. If you haven't, go check it out. When you go to the wrong house, man. You know what I'm saying? Dude goes to the wrong house. Forgot that he moved. He had been out drinking, partying, or whatever. Nothing over the top. At the end of the night, he caught a ride home or whatever, and he's trying to put his key in the door to get in the house. Totally forgot that he had moved. Totally forgot. He had lived there for like 6 years. Ended up getting shot by the homeowner or the person that lived there. And not only did he get shot, he ended up having to go to prison, man, as a result. So I dropped part 2 earlier today. Y'all go check it out, man. You know what I mean? The military draft, what do you think for the YNs? I think that the military draft will be good for some of the YNs. I mean, think about it. Y'all out here, y'all want to play with, now, not all of them, because I know some good young men that, you know, are doing the right thing, going to school, working, but for the ones that want to be in the streets, why not? Y'all want to go to war anyway. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to go to war with each other. Carry Dracos, and so why not go to the military? Shoot. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see nothing wrong with it whatsoever for the ones that you know, are out here acting that way. They can go to war. Some of these young dudes, man, they just really on some, like, just don't care, man. They don't care if they don't care if people are around, or kids are around, babies, mothers, elderly people. When they want their man, guess what? They gonna get their man. And it don't matter. Bullets don't have no eyes, man. And guess what they gonna say when it's all said and done? Oh, man, that wasn't meant for him. These dudes is out of control. And then you see them in prison, and they on the phone every day, begging their mama to make sure you send the money, mama. You know, mad at their baby's mamas or whatever, because, dude, you got 40 years, man. I mean, what you thought she was just gonna wait on you forever? 40 years? The young dudes, man. I've told this, it's not really a story, but in prison one night, I'm at the Rotary Farm. That's where you go and get processed before you get sent to your permanent, you know, residence, if you will. So wake up at about 2 o'clock in the morning, man. It's probably about 2:30 in the morning, and I hear like a crying sound. Go, man, who was this crying? Like, who was this? And it was a little young dude. And the young dude, reality had hit him. He was like 24 years old. Dude had 40 years, had to do 85% of his time. Mother wasn't picking up the phone. Kid's mother wasn't picking up the phone. His partners, they giving him empty promises. What's up, my dog, Antonio Walker? They shooting him, you know, empty promises or whatever. And he realized, man, I got 40 years. Looking around, this is what I have to look forward to for the next 40 years. You try to tell these guys, and I understand what it's like to be young. I was hard-headed too. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I had sense enough to know not to be going out here unaliving people. Got double tap that screen, man. We need to get the likes up. I need 1,000 likes tonight. We're far, far from 1,000. And like I said, the reality had really, really sunk in, and he's crying. He's like, man, I ain't never going home, man. I ain't never going home. And what could I say? Because the reality of it is, at 40 years, you're going to do a minimum of 20. So you still got a shot. Sometimes that's all you need is a chance. But the cold, harsh reality is that if he's already 24, which he had already been locked up maybe 3 years, you got to do 2 years to see the parole board. 41 years old when he goes up for parole. 40-year sentence. You done unalive someone. Actually, 2 people. Parole board's not going to make, they're not going to let you out. You're going to do 30 of that 40 years. You'll come home at about 51 years old. But the thing about it, at 51 years old, look at all of that life that you lost. I appreciate that, Texas, Alabama, boy 20. I'm getting to the meat, man. I'm getting to the meat of the story, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. Super thanks, super chats. Thank you. Cash App is $KENZ 1000, $KENZ 1000, just in case anyone wanted to know. But that's the sort of thing that you see in the penitentiary, and you can't really feel sorry for them. You feel sorry for them because they're just so young, but at the same time, you tried to tell them. You tried to tell them. Keens, your stories are so much better than Dante Network. Robert Miller, shout out to Robert Miller. I appreciate that. Dante is my guy, though. That's my guy. But in this particular situation, you had a young lady, middle of the day, 8 months pregnant. She's outside walking her dog. This wasn't the greatest neighborhood in the world. Simultaneously, she's walking her dog. You got this individual that's sitting on his bed crying, his bunk. That's what they call it in prison. And two other individuals, they decide to rob a dude. Supposed to have all this money. They go in to rob the dude. The thing about a robbery is it never goes as planned. Robberies rarely go as planned. When they go in to rob him, he has some weed or something like that. He's waiting. He's strapped. They commence to firing, shooting. Dude ends up hitting the girl walking her dog, man. Ends up hitting her girl, hitting the young lady walking her dog. She passes away. The baby passes away. 8 months pregnant. She was either 7 or 8. 7.5, 8 months pregnant. That's crazy. He's lucky he didn't get life. And so even though it may be 51 when he finally makes it out, guess what? He still has another shot at life. When you go to the penitentiary, you see so many just young Like they look, some of them look just, you can just see like how young they really are. They look innocent, although you know that they're not innocent. $, KENZ as in zebra 1000. $KENZ as in zebra 1000. That's my cash app. But when you see them on the news and you see them mugshots, it's like they're perceived to be monsters. And their actions show that at the time they were monsters. Big Joe. Big Joe Sales, man. I remember Joe when he was a little kid at church, man. Yeah, my mom made sure that I was in church every week. Big Joe was a rather large kid, man. He was bigger than all the other kids. And I didn't see Big Joe for a long time because I was probably a good 10 years older than him. So, you know, I went off to college and stuff like that. So we was still in school. And I see Joe on the news one day. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Big Joe was on the news. Him and his little crew decided to rob a Migo. One of the females, she was messing with the Migo. I don't know if she was tricking with him or whatever. And so she tells them, like, listen, man, I know dude, I know where he keeps his stash at. He keeps a lot of money in the house. I'm plugging my phone up, y'all. He keeps a lot of, you know, weed in the house. I know exactly where it's at. Initially, Big Joe's like, nah, man, I can't fool with that, man. The shirts are fire. Put one with lawyer on it. That's a good idea. I appreciate that, man. JR at JRC 1236. 502's in the building. What up, April? 5081. What's good? I appreciate you chiming in. Louisville's in the house. Louisville, Kentucky. Y'all say what up, April? She's the other moderator. Initially, Joe says no, but they think about it more and more. They think about all that cash that was supposedly in the house. So they decide they going in on Amigo. Somehow they thought that he wasn't home this day. His car wasn't there or whatever. So they thought they was just going to go in, go to the spot where the girl said that everything was located at. It's going to be an easy lick. It's like 5 of them. Literally 5 of them. One of them's in the car as the getaway driver, and then 4 of them go in. What they didn't know is that Migo was home. Migo upped on him. He's fine. They face a gunfight. Apartment complex. Y'all kicked the man's door into an apartment complex. Migo gets unalived. A couple of them end up getting hit. Other people nearly get hit because, like I said, it's an apartment complex. The bullet is going through the windows. Bullets is going through the windows, through the, you know, through the walls or whatever. And when it was all said and done, these dudes was facing the death penalty. Everybody. Of course, the young lady that set everything up. You had one Mexican dude, one Hispanic dude, 3 blacks, and she was the young lady that set everything up. She was white. Of course, she flipped the script, made it seem as though they put her up to it, but she was the one that gave the blueprint. They was all facing the death penalty. Premeditated robbery, murder. So we're in the bullpen one day. Like I said, this was years later. We're in the bullpen one day, and Joe is sitting there, and his lawyer comes back. His lawyer comes back, and she's talking to him. I see Big Joe just break down crying, man. I'm talking about boo-hoo, just tears. There's no way that I could do all of this time. Now for Joe, I want to say 35 years. It was right before trial. Gotta do 85% of that 35 years. But really you don't. You do 20 years before you see the parole board. And he's crying, oh, please, I can't, man. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. See, Joe thought that just because he wasn't the actual trigger man, that he was going to get off. It just don't work that way. If you go and you commit a crime, somebody ends up getting injured, gets unalive, guess what? You just as guilty as the person that pulled the trigger. They sent Joe off. 35 years. This was probably, I can't remember what year this was. I want to say this was a good 10, 11 years ago. So Joe still got some time, man. Joe still got another probably 9, 10 years before he even goes up for parole. They don't like violence. The parole board don't like violence. You can do everything that you're supposed to do. Take classes, stay out of trouble. But when it's all said and done, somebody got unalive. Willie Lee. Willie Lee had 16 years. It was something violent. Out of the 16 years, he had done like maybe 4 or 5 years. They end up letting him come home. He comes home and he commits a robbery. He got a shotgun. Willie Lee's black dude. He probably about 6 foot, slender build. He probably about 185, 190. Bald head, caramel complected. He got a big beard. Got a couple teeth missing. Willie Lee, man, was one of them dudes, man, you just didn't want to mess with. At the time, he was in his 40s, maybe about 42, 43. But I would always see him shadow boxing. I would always see him shadow boxing or hitting the bag, and you could tell that he knew how to really use his hands. We was at the card table one time. We playing spades. We always played spades. Willie Lee really elevated my chess game at the time. I played chess all the time while I was incarcerated. And so we sitting there and him and Big Curry's on the team, and then me and another dude's on the team. We going, we playing against them or whatever. And the young dude, man, he gets to talking crazy to Willie Lee. I mean, he's just talking reckless to Willie Lee. And Willie Lee's like, okay, all right, youngster, all right, you got it, man. It's kind of just brushing him off or whatever. Like, all right, man. Dude kept on and kept on. Willie Lee told him, hey, going too far, son. You know what I'm saying? I don't let you get away with, you don't get disrespectful. Let's just keep it rec. That's what they call it, rec. You wrecking. You know what I'm saying? Recreation. You playing spades. We wasn't gambling or nothing. Let's just keep it rec. Let's keep it fun. Dude kept talking. Finally, Willie Lee stood up and said, all right, youngster, let's see what you got. He stood up, buttoned the top button of his uniform, because, we got to wear state uniform, khaki uniforms or whatever in prison. Made sure that he was neat, nice and neat. I don't know, I ain't never seen nobody do that. It's right before a fight. What up, Curtis? Hating ass Curtis is in the house. What up, Curtis? Rolling solo dolo tonight. Ain't no co-host. Dude swung at Willie Lee. Willie Lee sidestepped him. Man hit that boy in the side, like in his ribs. All you heard was just like gas, air coming out of it. And he went down to his knee. And Willie Lee stood over top of him and said, are we done? He could have beat him. He could have put on a cold demonstration. Could have beat him to death. Are we done? The youngster couldn't barely talk. Yeah. Willie Lee extended his hand and helped him up, man. Type of guy Willie Lee was. But see, what he wasn't aware of, Willie Lee was a stone cold killer, man. Like I said, he had 16 years. He got out, came back with an additional 25 years, which gave him a total of 41 years. Willie Lee had robbed some people with a shotgun. His whole thing was not to leave behind any witnesses. Sweet James back in the building. H-Town. What up, Sweet James? Adrian Terry. As much as he wanted to eliminate the witness, it was a woman. He just couldn't do it. That same woman ended up coming back, taking the stands on him, pointing him out. And he got an additional 25 years. Total of 41 years. 25-year sentence, you do 5 years to the parole board. Everything that they told him to do, everything that they recommended, stayed out of trouble, didn't have any issues whatsoever. Does the 5 years, goes up for parole, and knock him upside his head, man. Come back and see us in 120 months. I want y'all to try to imagine that. You done already been locked up 5 years. Come back and see us in 120 months. He does the 120 months. So now he has 15 years in. Pretty much at the end of his sentence. He still got a few years left or whatever. I think they gave him like another 36 months. Come back and see us in 3 more years. That's what the parole board can do to you. When you have a lot of time, they can play with you. So if you got 5 or 6 years in Kentucky, you on a 6-year sentence, you can do 2 years and be home. They can't really play with you like that. You're going to do 14 months, see the parole board. If they don't let you go, okay, I do another year. I'm taking me a few programs. I'm served out. I'm done anyway. F y'all. But when you got 30 years, 35 years, even 25 years, they got so much room to play with you. You're right, Tony O. It might not even be alive in 120 months. The belly of the beast. Lions, tigers, goons, gorillas, and bears. You know what I mean? Just now tapping in. Been fishing. I'm here now. That's my dog. TB's in the building. Y'all welcome TB. Number 6, man. Number 6 person to ever subscribe to me. That's my dog, man. He loves going fishing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing time around like it's nothing. Yeah, I mean, you know, time is time. So yeah, even 5 years. If you got 5 years, that's still time. But in comparison to the individuals, you know what I mean, they got 30 and 40 years or whatever. That's why you don't really tell your time too much in prison, man. Unless you really, really know that individual. Because those prison officials, man, they don't care anything about you. They're gonna throw you in a cell with whoever they can throw you in a cell with. Whatever cell's available. I can't remember the guy's name, but you all can Google this. He's in a cell, little young dude, man. He's in like a DUI or something like that. Now, I'm not saying DUI is not, you know, it's a very serious situation. Because, you know, people have been unalived from that. He had like a 3-year sentence, maybe 5, but 3 years for whatever reason is standing out in my mind. And y'all got him in a cell with a dude that is never going home, man. He gets to crying about having to do his 3-year sentence or whatever. He don't know no better. The dude that got life, he don't want to hear that. I'm never going home. He got like natural life. Like, I'm never going home. You think I want to hear about you crying about a 3-5-year sentence? But he spurs the dude. Kind of likes him a little bit. Not on no funniness or nothing like that. Like, he He goes to the administration. Hey, man, y'all need to get dude out of my cell, man. Administration, once again, they don't care nothing about you. They not going to just move a person out of your cell just because you go and say, hey, I need you to get this guy out of the cell. I need y'all to double tap that screen. We got to get the likes up, y'all. Another couple weeks goes past. They still don't move the dude out of the cell. One day he goes back to the administration. He goes to the CO. Hey, man, y'all need to get this dead MF out of my cell, man. This is a true story. You can Google it. The guy had stabbed a young dude to death. Stabbed him to death, man. Left him to bleed out. There was blood all in the cell. Dude never should even have been in the cell with him. These are the sort of things that you face when you get sent to prison, man. Dudes in there, man. I mean, you got crazy people on the streets, crazy people everywhere. But you got dudes in there that's not playing with a full deck, man. You know, they a couple sandwiches short of a picnic, to say the least. That's why you don't play with people in prison, man. You might have somebody that's y'all playing, joking, laughing, or whatever. All day, the whole day, y'all just been, you know, joking and just having fun with each other. And then the next day, he bloops out. Maybe he don't get a letter from his girl. Maybe he gets a Dear John letter. Maybe he calls home and Jody's there and Jody answers the phone. Jody's the other dude. And he bloops all the way out, man. You go up to him playing thinking it's all good and you get your wig split. Potentially unalive. The JRC says this is why they should have single cells. Yeah, they should. But they miss out on way too much money. A lot of prisons now, they got dorms. They got dorms. Like a army barracks. You might have 50 people, 100 people in one dorm. Literally, the beds are, you look over and the person right beside you is about 3-4 feet away. Packing them in like sardines, man. Locking people up is a business. The only place in Kentucky that I know of that has single cells is Eddyville, Kentucky State Penitentiary. That's where Fleece Johnson did the majority of his time. That's home of Death Row also. So yeah, they have single cells there, but most prisons you go to, you're going to be in an open dorm or a two-man cell. You know how intimidating that is, going into a cell? You going into somebody else's home, basically. It's a little bitty space. So you arrive in prison, they may put you in like a little temporary dorm for 30 days or I know when I went to Green River, it's in Central City, Kentucky, we had to stay in like a little temporary cell for like 2 or 3 days, man. Then they send you to a regular cell. But you going into a regular cell with a person that you don't even know, man. And they're gonna hit you with the rules right off top. Hey, man, this is what it is. I don't tolerate this. I don't tolerate that. I don't. And you just looking at him, but this is his home. This is where he resides. This is where, you know, depending on how much time he has, he might not ever get out of this cell. Now, not literally, but he may not ever leave prison. It's crazy, man. BJ from Los Angeles in the building. Glad to see the merch coming. Stay strong, bro. Bobby Johnson, 1886. I appreciate it. It's definitely coming. It's coming. Just working a couple kinks out or whatever, but it's coming. You don't know if this dude is crazy. You don't know if this dude is going to try to do something to you in your sleep. You don't know anything. Thing you know is you're in the penitentiary, man. where almost anything goes. They lock them doors at night. When them doors lock at night, when they lock down, it's every man for himself. It's every man for himself anyway in prison. But particularly when you in a cell, and you might be in a cell with a gorilla, man. A real live gorilla. I be trying to get this through to the young people. I'm in a class right now, and I should be done. Well, I will be done with this class. Probably within the next 6 weeks. And my ultimate goal is to return back to the jails and the prisons and speak directly with the inmates. That's my goal. Start out here local in Lexington, surrounding counties, areas. And hopefully I get to the point to where I can, start traveling to different states. Just going in, just speaking to the inmates, man. Letting them know, I understand what you're going through. I've been in your exact same position. Pause. But you can turn it around. You can turn your life around. You got a lot of these people, man, they're jumping on the train, man. When I say they're jumping on the train, meaning they're going into these prisons. They ain't never been to prison. They doing interviews with inmates that, some of them get out, some of them won't get out. It's like when we all seen Fleece Johnson years ago on MSNBC. And he said the infamous words, booty's more important than water. If I want you, I'm going to have you. But you got these people going in there and again, they're making money off of the inmates. Yeah, the prison's not going to pay them to come in there in most cases. But on the flip side, you're getting a whole lot of views. You're allowed to bring your camera crew in there. And you're getting a whole lot, millions and millions and millions of views on YouTube. Because people are intrigued. They want to see, they want to know what goes on in prison. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I guess to a certain extent, I can see why. Because people really thinking that you in prison, like fighting for your life every day. Your back's against the wall, and people are trying to grape you. And what's the movie Shawshank Redemption? And it's not like that. Do those sort of things ever happen? I'm sure in life, somewhere, in some prison, it probably happens every blue moon. But prison is not like that. You go in there and you mind your business. A lot of times you're going to be straight. If somebody tries you, you can't be scared. You just got to handle your business. Even if you lose, so what? You'll get respected by losing a fight. But if you in there and somebody's trucking you, taking your commissary, because the only thing, it just takes one time. Here it is, you in there, and you like, man, I ain't trying to fight, man. I'm trying to go home. I don't want to have no write-ups when I go to the parole board. Then you got somebody that comes along and just takes your commissary from you. Takes your whole bag or just reaches in your bag and grabs what they want to grab. Well, that's the test right there. That's the test. Because if you allow that, that person's going to come back. Everybody else is going to see it. And they're going to proceed to do the exact same thing. So you must stand up for yourself. And if you end up having to split a motherfucker's wig, then you just got to split a motherfucker's wig. But you would rather do that. You would much rather do that than allow somebody to just take from you. That is the one thing you never want to allow anybody to do. You see it happen so much, man. I be feeling sorry for them dudes, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. Because everybody don't have the heart of a lion. Everybody can't can't be 5'11", if that makes any sense to you. And you see guys just getting their stuff just taken, man. And it's sad, man. But you got to mind your business. You can't get involved in other individuals' affairs because and I've seen it before. I've seen a dude jump into a fight to try to do was getting beat to death, man. You know what I mean? Antonio Walker said if they want to know what's going on in prison, it's easy. Just go show the police some drugs in your hand. It's that easy. Yeah, you get a first-hand, a first-class trip. Dude was getting beat to death, man. I'm talking about, this is the second time. Maybe the third time. But at this particular time, this was the first time. But I've seen it overall 3 times. People getting beat so bad to where they're standing on their feet, but they're out on their feet. I would think that your legs would just collapse, but they're up against the wall, just out. I guess they're not totally unconscious because they're still awake, or they're still standing. And man, this dude was getting punished like I walked out. Because you could just hear like a thumping noise every time he got hit, man. And finally, dude jumped in. I had already walked out, but, you know, other people was in there and they told me. Finally, somebody came to the rescue and jumped in. Not necessarily jumped in, but they intervened like, come on, man, dude's had enough, man. You gonna unalive him. But when it was all said and done, that dude ended up having to check in. The dude that intervened, because it wasn't his business. Come to find out, the dude that got beat up, he had ratted on somebody. He had ratted on somebody, so basically you are on the side of a rat. You taking up for a rat. And he didn't know nothing about it. He was just trying to help the dude out because he was going to be next. So he had to check in. You see no evil, and you hear no evil. You might walk in, this never happened to me, but my partner told me it happened. He's walking past a room, or he was going into a room, he was looking for something like a chair or something. Extra chair. And he sees 2 dudes, man, just getting it in. And he said he just froze, like, not like he's trying to stare and look, not anything like that. He was in shock, like, whoa. It said one of the dudes was like, get the F out of here. Get the F out of here. And he immediately left. And you get severely damaged in prison, man. Over the smallest of things. Think about it. If somebody owed you out here on the streets, if somebody owed you a couple packs of cookies, 50-cent cookies, and they don't pay you, what are you really going to do about it on the streets? Just laugh it off or whatever. Who's worried about 50-cent pack of cookies? But in prison, man, that could cost you your life, man. I'm not talking about myself. I'm a very non-violent individual, man. If somebody owed me some cookies, 50 cents, man, I wouldn't care nothing about it. I just wouldn't even think anything of it. But again, everybody's not playing with a full deck. Dudes will murk you, man. They'll hurt you bad. And I've seen some things, youngsters. Seen people get hot water thrown in their face, man, with baby oil or magic shave in it. Didn't see it, but I was on the walk. See what I'm saying? I ain't physically, actually see it, but you heard the screams. Actually, I have seen it. Now that I think about it, I'm tripping. I've seen it one time. I think dude's name was Little Billy. Big Noonie. I told you all this story. We was on the yard. Dude had the cigarettes. He had the plug on the cigarettes. Little Billy was a little dude, man. Probably 5'7", 140 pounds, 150 pounds. White dude, chin strap, goatee, or chin strap beard, little short buzz cut. Dude was cool, man. But he had the cigarettes. Everybody wants the cigarettes. Or no smoking. They taking smoking out of prison. So he comes in. Goldie. Called him Goldie. Goldie from the Natty. Shout out to the 513. Shout out to the whole entire Ohio. Billy was out on the yard, and a CO came out there, and he knew that the CO was about to pat him down. They just randomly pat you down. That's what I tell people all the time when they talk about, I'll just get me a shank. Man, you ain't just walking around with a shank in prison, man. It doesn't work that way. You can't just have a shank in prison. Yeah, you can have one, but a lot of times you got it in hiding spots or buried on the yard, or so when it pops off or whatever, then you know where to go and get it. But to just be walking around with one, you're not doing that. Billy's on the yard. He's getting nervous. And he's coming over. I know he's going to pat me down. This guard is always messing with me. Cody said, here, man, give it to me. Takes the whole bag. Stuffs it in his, pants and walks off. Sure indeed, he comes over there and he pats Billy down. Billy ain't got nothing. A little bit later, wasn't too much later, probably about 15, 20 minutes later, they in the dorm. Billy goes to Goldie and said, hey, man, can I get my cigarettes back? Now, Goldie's a black dude, probably like 5'10", probably like 5'10". He weighing in at about, he got to be about 230. Golds, top and bottom, tattoos everywhere. Big dude, man. Cigarettes is mine, bro. What do you mean they yours? Those are my cigarettes, man. So you thought that I was just gonna that I was just holding these, putting myself at risk? What if he patted me down? Trucked the dude out his cigarettes, man. It was a substantial amount of cigarettes. They weren't rolled up, it's just the tobacco. It's the tobacco in the bag or whatever. He had said something to a couple people, Billy did, and he gotten back to Goldie. Next day, Goldie said, man, you over here running your mouth? You over here running your mouth? If it weren't for me, you'd be in the hole right now, because them people would have found that on you. And he slaps Billy. Bow! He's standing over top of him. Billy's like sitting on the ground. He got like his mat on the ground. And he's just chilling on his mat. Boom! Slaps the fire out of him. Yeah. Cody was a bully anyway, man. He was a bully. I feel so sorry for Billy, man. As a grown man, he just sit there and just held his face. Just kind of covered up. Goldie hit him a couple more times. He didn't punch him. He was just slapping him. But he, was able to cover up or whatever. A few days passes. Nothing said. Goldie's laying on his rack. This particular prison we was at, COs wasn't really tripping. So, like, you could put a towel or you could have a sheet under the mat above you so that it hangs down and it covers your bed area up or whatever. Privacy. You ain't supposed to do that. It's supposed to be a fire hazard, but, a lot of COs ain't really tripping, man. Goes to the microwave. He's boiling some water. Nobody thinking nothing of it. Boiling some water. You see that all the time. He gets done boiling the water and he walks over to Goldie's rack. Hey, Goldie. Goldie pulls the sheet back. He pulls the sheet back, like sticking his head out of the, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, man? Whoosh. Throws that water on. He'll put like some baby oil in the water just as well. Crazy, man. Only thing that stopped, Goldie ended up getting burned real bad, but it was his arms. Because he lightweight seen it coming, so he kind of turned and did like this. So like all of this ended up getting burned. Goldie always wore wife beaters. He wanted everybody to see his eye. He's a big dude, like I said. But he screamed, ah, ah. And Billy took that lock and a sock and went to war. Proceeded to go to war on Goldie. Type of stuff you got to do. I'm not advocating violence. And you are right, Antonio. Goldie was kind of right. You know what I'm saying? They should have worked something out. He was right. But at the same time, it's just like, now I mean, Billy should have let that go, man. Billy should have let that go. Goldie paid for it. Yeah, these glasses, man, I appreciate it, man. It's the Midnight Love glasses, man. But look, I need y'all to entertain each other for a brief second. I got to go take a quick break, and I will be right back literally in like 30 seconds. So y'all entertain each other. Sometimes, man, you gotta go to the restroom when you're out here. Just keeping it all the way real, man. I'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. I'm the only YouTuber that takes bathroom breaks in the middle of a live. Get my hand sanitizer out. Come on, kids, how you just gonna be taking breaks in the middle of a live, motherfucker? He said, you look good in those glasses. Pause. If you're not a woman, then that's a triple pause. That's a triple pause, man. Now let me tell y'all. So the last 2 days, and I'm gonna end up taking another break or maybe 2 more. This is what I've been drinking. Gatorade Zero or something with electrolytes and a whole lot of water. Haven't really been eating much. I've been getting my protein in, been getting my carbs in, but I haven't. I'm somewhat going on a, some people call it juicing. Juicing is mainly fruits that's blended up and you know, made into juice. I didn't go that far with it, so like I said, I just been drinking my electrolytes and my water, and I haven't been eating that much. I'm gonna try to do it for 5 days, and I actually feel alright. Like I'm not hungry right now or anything like that, because that water and you know, this Gatorade and things of that nature, it keeps you, definitely keeps you, you know, feeling full. But the down part is man, you got to go to the restroom like I was at work today, and like every 10 minutes I was running to the bathroom, man. So y'all bear with me. There is a message. Trying to, you know, just get all the toxins out of my body, man. You know what I'm saying? Just give my body a break. No alcohol, none of that stuff. Because I was starting to feel the effects. I was starting to feel the effects of, you know, drinking alcohol, and legs was cramping and, you know, things like that. So I said, man, I gotta take a break. I don't overly drink. I'm not a big drinker, but I do indulge from time to time. If I drink a half pint, I'm good. If I drink a half pint or something, and it's gonna be mixed, I'm not gonna drink it straight, man, I'm good. So that's the reason. You're looking slim. Yeah, I probably lost a couple pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? I probably lost a couple pounds because it don't take long. Like I said, I'm gonna do this for like 5 days, and primarily just been eating my low fat, no fat yogurt, granola bars, healthy granola bars, bananas, oatmeal, boiled eggs, tuna raw out of the can, no mayo or none of that stuff. I'm eating it right out of the can. Stay away from bread, but when I do eat bread, I eat the wheat bread. Chipotle, the chicken bowl from Chipotle with very limited things in it. Subway, I get the tuna. And that's pretty much it, man. If I go out to eat or something like that, it's chicken and rice, fish and rice, man. Broccoli, vegetables. That's what I've been on, man. Beef jerky, I have heard beef jerky is good for you on a diet. I definitely have, man. Be glad that you don't have to take a water pill, bro. Keeps you going to the bathroom. Yeah, I was locked up with a dude, Big Wallace, man. Big Wallace, man, caught in Wawa. My bunk area was right there by the bathroom, and this guy would get up like 4 or 5 times a night, probably more than that. Taking them water pills, man. Just had to keep going to the bathroom, man. So yeah, I definitely know all about it. I'm gonna tell you another thing that's dangerous about prison, man, and I think that they need to do something. You know that they sell like those mouth guards, you know, the Z Quiets, and you know the mouth guards you put in your mouth, and it's supposed to help you with snoring. They definitely need to sell things like that in prison, because that's another thing that will get your wig split. You will get split in prison if you snore. Oh my God. Think about it. If you're in a cell with somebody, they can't go to sleep. If you like a big snore. Now, nobody can help snoring. Don't get me wrong. It's not like you just, you know, snoring just to be snoring. I dropped a video today. I dropped a video earlier today, part 2 of, I forgot what it's titled. That's a daggone shame. I dropped so many videos, but I definitely dropped the video today. So y'all go check that video out. And if you haven't seen part 1, I pinned it in the comment section. So you can watch part 1 and part 2. I dropped it, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours ago. But if you snore in prison, man, and you're in a cell with a person and he can't sleep, he's going to be very, very, very frustrated. Then if you're in a dorm, an open dorm, the whole dorm can't sleep because you... First time I went to prison, man. First time I went to prison, big dude, I don't even remember his name. And he slept on the other side of the wall. Because I got like walls, but they're only maybe 4 foot high, something like that. And this dude, man, snored so loud. Nobody in the dorm could sleep. It's 100 people. It's literally 100 people in the dorm, and this dude, man, and I feel sorry for him because I knew that he couldn't help it. They would wake him up. Thank you, April. April's always got my back. Going to the wrong house, send him to prison. Dropped part 2 earlier today. If you haven't seen the first one, go check out the first one. Then come back and watch part 2, man. Dude was snoring so loud, man. He ended up getting hit in his sleep with a can of Jack Mac or chili or something like that. And it was in like a sock. Put it in a sock, because they give you the long socks in prison, man. Tube socks. Dude got split in his sleep. He had to get out of there. I think that's always so sad when people snore like that, man, because that's one of the first things they ask you when you come in. You don't snore, do you? If you do, you're going to have some issues, man. You better know how to really, really fight. And a lot of times that don't matter, because they'll catch you in your sleep like they did Big Dude. Like Shepard did. Shepard was in prison, 30-some year sentence. I think Shepard had 36 years. Never even had a criminal record, man. Shepard, when I met him, he was like 60. But at the time, he had been in for 17 years. Never had a criminal record, man. He's at his buddy's house. They drinking. One thing led to the next. Next thing led to the next. They get to arguing about something. You know how friends, man. These dudes was legitimately friends. But they was taking shots at the bourbon, scotch, whatever it was. Dude ended up stabbing Shepard, man. Stabbed him like 4 or 5 times. Seemed as though he was trying to take him out. Stabbed him with a butcher knife. They was arguing over a few dollars. Shepard made his way to his truck. Staggering to his truck. He got blood all over him. He's, like I said at the time, he's probably, I don't know, 41, 42 years old when this actually happened. He gets to the truck, and instead of leaving, this is what the prosecution said. It's all wrapped into one big old nutshell. Instead of leaving, the prosecution felt as though he should have left. He grabs his shotgun, makes his way back, staggers back to the kitchen. Like I said, there's blood trail everywhere. Goes inside. Dude's begging, please don't shoot me, man. Please don't shoot me. No. Ain't no sense of begging now. Boom. Now when you fire a shotgun, boom. I think he'd hit him like in his leg or something. Come on, man, please don't shoot me. Shepard shot him again. Boom. Hit him another time. Boom. He left. Not sure if Shepard called now. Somebody called 911. I don't think it was him. Matter of fact, I think Shepard did call 911. Police come in, they do their little investigating or whatever. Dude makes it. Shot 3 times with a shotgun, man. Up close. He makes it. Testifies against Shepard. Shepard goes to trial. Like I said, only thing he ever had was a speeding ticket. He was an underwater welder. Like 5 of maybe 3 or 4 sons or whatever. Jury gives him 35 years, man. Because they said once you were out of that house, you were no longer in danger. But you came back. It seemed as though they would have some sort of empathy. I mean, think about this. If somebody just stabbed the shit out of you, you get to your car, see the prosecution, they're going to paint a picture. He was trying to get to his car so he could come back. And maybe so. Or perhaps he was just trying to get to the safest place that he gets to the car and he can lock the door and the dude can't do anything to him. And then maybe he looked over and, oh man, I got this shotgun. Dude just stabbed me. Look at me, man. Now I'm going back for mine. And they gave him 35, 34 years, something like that. And every time he seen the parole board, they kept flopping him, giving him a deferment. Come back and see us in 5 years. Come back and see us in 4 years. Well, Shepard's in the cell with this individual. Shepard's very, very violent. I've just proved it. He liked the dude. But again, when it comes to that sleep, liking a person don't got nothing to do with anything. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? He's sitting there one night at the table in the cell, eyes bloody red. He got the chili cans or whatever, and he's about to beat this dude to death while he's sleeping. I don't know what happened, but the dude ended up waking up and he seen Shepard just looking at him. Got one or two options, man. Get your stuff and roll out of the cell. Or you gonna get the business, man. I can't sleep. I'm sitting here watching you sleep. But I can't sleep every night. This is the same thing. He's talking to him calmly. This is what Shepard told me. So these are your options, man. And he seen the seriousness in Shepard's eyes, in his voice. Now, he didn't have to go check in. It's not like Shepard was trying to do something to him, but you gonna get up out of this cell. And the dude made the wise choice, and he left out of the cell. Shepard was one of those dudes, man. They say Shepard fooled with the, you know, he liked the boys on the yard. I don't know. That's what they said. But sometimes, who is they? Who's they? I will tell you this. Shepard would do some strange things. Me and him played chess all the time. He had a single cell. Because he was in the honor dorm, so he had his own cell. Come on, man, let's play chess, man. And my partner, Big Dog, had already told me. He's like, man, Shepard be on that funny stuff, man. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, man, he wants you to come to a cell, and then you go there, and he come to the door in his long johns, tight ass long john bottoms on. Come on, Shepard, man, put some shorts on or something, man. Shepard tried to invite me to his cell to play chess. I'm like, nah, man, because Shepard was one of them dudes, man. Shepard was about 5'11", I got to say, probably weighing in about a good 250. Now at this point, he's like 60. But he don't really look, you can tell that he's older, but he don't really look 60. And he got like you shake you shake his hand, he gonna kill your hand, basically. Talk with a real high voice. Yeah, I'm just saying, they gave me all this time. I'm just saying, I was just self-defense. You know, that's how he talk. Sitting at the card table one day, man. Shepard and Big Dog was partners. Big Dog, oh, he used to get mad. I'd tell him he looked like Cedric the Entertainer, man. Wore glasses. About 6 foot. He weighing in at close to 300. Dark-skinned dude or whatever. So him and Shepard are partners on the spades table. We play spades every night. My partner, dude named Monty. Monty was about 60, 61, 62. He had done 13 years. He was about to get out. He didn't have no teeth. Dark-skinned dude, bald head. He was probably, I don't know, 5'10". He weighed about 170. He ain't had no hair or nothing on his face. Me and him would always argue over the spades game, man, because he hated to hit spades. Y'all know anything about spades, man? You come out with the spades first. If you go 7 or better, 7, 8 books, hit them spades, man. Get the spades out of the game so they can't cut books. Simple. We would always argue. So we sit at the table one day, man, and Shepard got his headphones on. It's not uncommon. See guys at the domino table or the spades table, they got their headphones on or got them around their necks or whatever. The CL30s, those are like the big headphones that everybody, you know what I mean, strive to have. Y'all rock with me. So Shepard's listening to the radio. And he's listening to the radio and a song comes on. And he's kind of singing like along. You know how like they'll sing a verse or a lyric or whatever, and then Shepard will come behind and say the same lyric. So Shepard's like, oh yeah, give it to me, baby. Nobody thinking nothing of it. We still playing or whatever. Yeah, give me that. Oh, I say, give me that. So then Shepard all of a sudden was just like, he's singing the song and he's like, oh man, I feel so dirty. So when he says that, I look at Big Dog. Big Dog looks at me. You know how two people make eye contact. He was like, and he's dancing to the music. He's groovy. He's like, I feel so filthy. I feel so exuberating. I feel so filthy. And finally, Monty, my partner, was like, hey, dog. He ain't had no teeth. Remember I said, he was like, man, can you hear yourself? You mean you feel so dirty? So me and Big Dog, man, we just bust out laughing. And that's when I realized, like, I think Shepard might just be a little zesty, man. Nothing wrong if you zesty, if it's your preference. But to be sitting at a table with a all grown men and you talking about you feel so exuberating, you feel so filthy. What do you mean you feel filthy? I know music's supposed to make you feel good, man. But to be talking about how filthy you feel and how dirty you feel, man. But let's not get it misconstrued. Shepard was a stone cold killer. Because he said, man, he was trying to unalive dude, man. He said, I was trying to take him out. Y'all still with me sometimes, man? I ain't seen a comment in a second. Sometimes the internet acts silly. Somebody jump in the comment section and say, I feel so dirty. That'll let me know if you're still with me. Somebody jump in the comment section and say, I feel so dirty, man. You know, respectfully. Because that's what Shepard said. You might not feel that way, but that's what Shepard said. James said, fuck that shit, man. I'm here, man. Hey, James said, man, fuck it. I'm not getting ready to say I feel so dirty, but I am here, man. That's what's up, man. But you just see some crazy, crazy characters. Crazy characters in prison, man. Bill feels so dirty. It's exuberating. The hell is exuberating? Dude in the pen, man. He walks into the cube one day. We in a 4-man cubicle area or whatever. What's up, bro? What's up, man? Dude's about 6'5", 6'6", maybe 160 pounds. Caramel complected dude. He had like little baby fro. It was like nappy head a little bit. Nappy hair. Obviously he's skinny if he's 6'5", 6'6", 160 pounds. He got a goatee. Wasn't clean shaven or nothing like that. He got his bag over his shoulder. What's up, dog? Hey, what's up, man? Where you from? He said where he was from or whatever. What they call you, bro? He said, man, they call me Lala. Lala? Like, yeah, man, they call me Lala. So everybody it's probably like 4 of us sitting in the little cube area or whatever. We laughing. Little Mikey, little midget, DJ Mikey, man. Literally a midget. Mikey was in there, man, and Mikey had shot somebody or whatever. It was self-defense, but they still ended up giving him time. Mikey had popped somebody. Mikey said, nigga, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not going to call no grown man Lala. Hold on, I said the whole story wrong. I'm the only one that can rewind the live. He said they call me long. My bad, y'all. They call me long. That's when we started laughing. Mike, man, I'm not going to call a grown man long. What are you talking about, long? Nigga, we going to call you La. He's like, hey, bro, I don't play about my name, man. Don't call me La, man. That's one thing I don't play about. I ain't answering to no La. We just met this dude. Do not call me La. Man, for the next 2 years on the yard until he got out, all you heard on the yard was, La. Hey, La. And the name, he just ended up, eventually he started answering to it because, like, everybody would call him La. Hey, La. He hated it in the beginning, but I guess he was just like, you know, that's just what it's going to be. See, in the penitentiary, man, they're going to give you a nickname, even if you don't go by that name. Like, they called me Red Dog Records. First time I went to the pen, I had my keyboard. I had bought a keyboard because you can buy, like, guitars, keyboards, you know, things of that nature. And so I learned to play. It was a 6-track keyboard, Yamaha. I wanted to be a producer, music producer. So I would be in there making beats, and they called me to the dorm, man. And so it was an older dude, OG, by the name of Roy White. Roy White had done a lot of time. He started referring to me as Red Dog Records. Man, where Red Dog Records at, man? Get Red Dog Records out there. So from that, everybody started calling me Red Dog Records. So that's how easy it is to adopt a nickname in prison. If you real dark skin, they're going to call you Black. If you my complexion, they're going to probably call you Yellow. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It'll be the craziest nicknames that they give you. Everybody will roll with it. So eventually, you just get to the point to where you roll with it. Crazy things, man. You remember that Alaskan Terry? Yeah, I think I did a short on it. I mean, you know, I told it like as a joke or whatever. But yeah, like, man, get Lala out there. Everybody like Lala too, man. Cool dude, laid back dude. And Lala didn't never have a problem. Lala was one of them dudes that he was 6'5" and 6'6", and he could hoop, but he wasn't as skillful as he should have been to be 6'5", 6'6", if that makes any sense to you. So he would always catch the business. He's one of them type dudes that might miss a layup right underneath. Come on, Lala, man. But it was all, Lala never had an issue, man. People like Lala, and he wasn't on no funny stuff or nothing like that. But wasn't nobody going to call him long. It just wasn't going to happen. You know, there are certain things that are more accepted in prison. You hear people say zesty stuff, and instead of being like, no, why did you say that? Why would people will react like, ooh. Like I seen a situation, dude was arguing with a dude, and he told him, he said, say another word. Say another motherfucking word, and I'm going to come over and I'm going to kiss you in your hot mouth. What? Hold up. You told this dude if he says another word, he's going to come over and kiss you in your hot mouth. And like I said, people, ooh. I'm going to make you lay in that bunk and turn around and face that wall. And I'm going to hold you all night. What? Hold on. Whoa. You said you're going to make him turn around and face the wall so that you're laying behind him and you're going to hold him? What the? And these is gorillas saying this, man. These is beasts. These is gorillas, man. More people, I don't necessarily want to call it acceptable, but you just hear it. You see people that are in full-fledged relationships. It's a terrible environment to be in, man. You don't want to see that. And I'm only telling you all these things because it's the reality of going to prison. See, my mom, she don't really like too much watching my videos. But I had to tell her, Mama, this is just how it is in prison. I couldn't be real Kens if I wasn't, you know what I mean? I got to keep it 100. These are the things that are really going on in prison. You know, one of the worst things you can do in prison, besides the, you know, the obvious, but one of the worst things that will really, really get you hurt in prison is playing on your ass. Ain't no funny stuff. When I say playing on your ass, it's gambling. Gambling when you don't have the money to cover it. Playing on butt. That's what they call it. I done seen so many times. Because when you first go to the poker table, typically it's going to happen in a poker game. When you first come to the poker table, you bring your first. That's what they refer to it as. Bring your first. So if I have a poker game, I may say, you bring your first. After that, you can go up top up to $10. Up top means that's just credit. I'll extend you as long as you got it in your locker or whatever. You can go get it because you don't want to keep running. Poker, you're not supposed to be gambling in prison. So people ain't trying to, every time they lose and they want to get back in the game, keep running to their locker and coming back, running to their locker. So you'll be able to go up top so much. Maybe $10, $15. It just depends on who you are or whatever. Well, you got dudes that know good and well. They'll bring their first. They'll bring $5 to get in the game. So gambling is addictive because now you know what I mean? It kills time in prison, but you want to play. You got a couple good hands, but you just barely got beat. So you're like, man, give me 5 more, bro. Get 5 more. You lose that. No, you ain't got $5 in your locker. So you're going to have to go borrow it from somebody or something because you owe this bread. Give me 5 more. So now you 10 up top. And you lose it. They're playing on butt. You don't got the money to cover it. At the end of the night, at the end of the game, when it's time to, you know, everybody saddle up or whatever, and you ain't got that bread, it's not going to be good. They got goons, man. You got, like, prison is so organized, like in the poker games, and you got guys that got runners. Talk to the dudes I feed if you got problems. They got runners, man. They go and collect all the items, pass out all the items, like when people win. And they also got hitmen. Some of them are hitmen. Hey, man, go take care of dude. Now, not literally unalive him, but go rough him up, beat him up, go rob him, go because he owes me this. Run down on him in his cell. Take his commissary bag. You see all of that. And playing knowing that you cannot cover happens so much. But you got to be that sort of an individual. Living my best life. Living my best life, Baldwin. Hold up. Can't really see with these glasses on. What's good, bro? Just talking about prison, man, and gambling when you don't have the money to cover it. That will get you severely split. And like I said, you see it so much. It's best not to gamble at all. I know it kills time. I know, but there's so much cheating that goes on. There's so much game that goes on. It's best to avoid the poker table altogether. I call it a cardinal sin. You know what I mean? It's a cardinal sin. Stay off the basketball court. Stay off the gambling table. Don't rat, obviously. Don't mess with somebody else's significant other. These things will get you hurt, man. Hurt badly. Dudes in there don't got no conscience. A lot of dudes don't. I'm not speaking for everybody, but a lot of them, they don't care what happens to you. You think they care? And I'm gonna tell you another thing about prison. It seems as though the violence that I've seen in there comes from the dudes that don't even have that much time. That's what's so crazy. You got dudes that got 10 years. That's still time, but I mean, again, it's in comparison to somebody that got 30 years. 10-year sentence, if you get in there, stay out of trouble, mind your business, do your classes, as long as it's not a violent charge that you have, man, you come home in 4 years, 4.5 years. Them be the dudes that be in there wilding out 7 years. Turn a 7-year sentence into 20. Because you done whooped the CO. A lot of them COs, man, they get what they deserve, though. A lot of them get what they deserve. I remember one time, and I told this in a story, a short story. Walking one day, this little punk ass CO, man, wasn't no more than 23 years old. I'm walking, but I have a tendency to, like, the boots that I was wearing, they was dragging on the ground a little bit. You know how you kind of drag your feet when you walk? This little punk was like, pick your feet up when you walk, inmate. Like 23 years old. I'm like, what? Dude wasn't no more than probably, he was probably about 5'6", 5'7", 140 pounds. Little nerd, little jerk. But he let the uniform go to his head. You heard what I said. Pick your feet up when you walk, inmate. I said, man, fuck you, bitch. Needless to say, it cost me about 30 days in the hole. And I was really lucky because they really could have gotten me for inciting a riot, which is a very, very serious write-up. COs, man, they get beside themselves. They get beside themselves. And you know, not all of them, because I done seen some cool COs. Cool COs, man. Just there to get they paycheck. You leave me alone. I might even chop it up with y'all from time to time. I'm not here to make y'all's time harder. I'm just here to get my money, man, and go home. You got some COs like that, man. And I respect that. But the ones that are really just overzealous. You got one, I don't even remember her name. Tudor. This is her name, Tudor. This broad would sit there and study the whole handbook. Memorize the entire handbook. And she would write you up over stuff that technically she could because it's in the handbook, but nobody ever, you know what I mean? Nobody even knew anything about it. Like in the handbook, it says that all inmates should be up and dressed with their bed and everything made up. Maybe not dressed, but have their beds made up by 6:45. When no other officer would come through and make you be out of your bed and made up until like 7. They came and counted at 7:30. So as long as it was before 7:30, you had your bed made up. It was cool. She wrote the whole dorm up. She come in and write the whole dorm up. It's after 6:30, 6:45, whatever time it was. You look up, she got 40 write-ups. A lot of times they would end up getting thrown out. But that's a sort of behavior that she would often, you know what I mean, exemplify. Miserable. Straight miserable. You can't have no home life. You coming in, people's incarcerated. We ain't ask you feel sorry for nobody. We all got ourselves there. But why are you trying to make somebody's time harder? Simply because you can. See, the most dangerous weapon in jail and in prison is that pen. Because a write-up could literally stop you from going home. I just seen an inmate stop another inmate from going home. He's in the substance abuse program. SAP program. You jump in the SAP program, it gives you an excellent shot at going home because the parole board looks at that program as very, very, very favorable. becomes highly recommended if you complete it. 6 months of torture. You're around these bootlicking inmates all day long. Now, everybody's not bootlickers. I went through the program, and you have to hold each other accountable. Got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, exercise. That's how the day starts. So 6 o'clock in the morning, exercise, go eat breakfast together. Then you take these classes all day long. You're in like an hour long. Then you go to this class. You do it all the way until 4 o'clock. And then even after 4 o'clock, you're still held accountable. Accountability is not a bad thing, but it's very, very difficult to accept from another inmate. You in the shower, you're supposed to be out of the shower by 11 o'clock. And you get out at 11:01. They're going to bring you up. That's what they call bring you up. They bring you up. You come to a table. It's you, the person that's bringing you up. This might be your partner. Now, if y'all really real partners, he ain't going to bring you up. But I've seen some people flip the script. He'll bring you up, and the counselors are right there. And you have to just sit there and listen. Mr. Kens, I'm bringing you up because last night you didn't get out of the shower until 11:01. And you're supposed to be out by 11 o'clock. Again, it teaches you accountability. You're supposed to extend your hand down and say, I appreciate that. I'm going to get right on it. I'm going to work on that. But you got some dudes, they blooping out. No, man, I'm just saying, it wasn't no 11 o'clock, man. I got out of the shower at 10:59. Seen dudes get thrown out of the program. You can't threaten anybody. You can't get loud and use a threatening connotation, anything like that, because you can get thrown out. You want to get through that SAP program because you're trying to go home. So was the dude. And this dude was a so-called street dude, man. But he went through that SAP program and he finished it. So then he became a mentor. They'll allow you to come to certain people to become a mentor. He became a mentor. And there was a dude that did something. I don't even remember what he did, man. Another street dude. He trying to get home to his family, man. Mother was sick. SAP program was all that he had. What up, Bradley? Bradley was good. SAP program is the only thing that could potentially get him home. While his mother was pretty much on her deathbed. And like I said, he had done something. And the dude pulled him up, the mentor. He pulled him up. Kansas City's in the building. Shout out to KC. So when he pulled him up, it was a serious write-up. I don't even remember what he did. And he begged him, please, bro. My mom's sick, man. I'm about to graduate SAP here in about 3 weeks, man. Please don't do this, bro. Please don't. Mentor wasn't trying to hear nothing. Wrote him up. Dude went to go see the parole board. He didn't make parole. He didn't make parole because he got kicked out of SAP. Come back and see us in a year. On down the line, the mentor thought he was going to make parole. He didn't even make parole. All that bootlicking he did, he didn't end up making parole when he went up for parole initially. I always say 2 mountains will never meet, but 2 men will. He was on the yard. Ended up being on the yard together at a different, prison or whatever. Street dude or whatever that didn't make parole. Neither one of them made parole. Like I said, he asked for the mentor. And they fought. Big dog, I was telling you about the water glasses. That was, we was playing spades earlier. He was there. He ended up having to break that fight up. The mentor was getting his head knocked off. We all from the same spot. He was like, I'm not going to sit up there and just let him get pummeled, get beat to death. But dude really, really took a look at him, man. A lot of times these dudes, man, I tell you all that because I say this to say this. It don't always be the COs, man. Some of these inmates, man, are straight bootlickers, man. There's a special code that you can dial on the phone. You see somebody doing something or inappropriate, whatever, they working for the prison, whether they getting extra commissary, whether they getting time knocked off or whatever, they telling, they running it. They get on the phone and you think that they talking to their people or whatever. Yeah, inmate Jones. Yeah, I just seen him make a transaction and they talking to the people, telling. The next thing you know, the people come in and they don't know who said something. They don't know who told. It's a dirty game. James, entertain the people. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Put my sanitizer on for y'all that don't know, man. I'm on a water and electrolyte diet. Last 2 days, man, and it's gets a little rough, man. Especially at night. Got to keep getting up, going to the restroom. But it's something that I feel the need to do to replenish myself, if you will. Y'all feel free to ask anything. This is even though I've been telling stories, this is a Q&A session, man. Anything y'all want to know, you want my opinion on something, feel free to ask. But tell y'all something though. A lot of people don't agree with this. I say I can't really give it an exact time frame. Yeah, TB. Yeah, I had to go, man. You gotta go. A lot of people don't like this. But P. Diddy gonna come home, man. He gonna win his appeal. I don't think his sentence will be overturned. But it's gonna get reduced to the point to where he has time served. He had a special panel. It wasn't something that he did. It's not something that his lawyers did. He had a special panel that came forward and said, hold on, man. This man severely got over-sentenced. Again, this is what they said. And so they moved up his hearing date. Appeals take years, man. But they gave him like an expedited appeal. Because they said nobody in the history that's been convicted of a Mann Act charge has gotten 50 months. Typically it's 14 months, 11 months, time served or whatever. 20 months if you really, really want to go hard on a person, pause. And y'all gave this guy 50 months, man. They already had the hearing last week. I want to say it was last Thursday, but they just haven't rendered, the appeals judges haven't rendered their decision yet. But a lot of people think that he's going to walk right out of, he's at Fort Dix, DIX. That's not how it works. Basically, what I feel as though is going to happen is that they're going to remand him back to, they're going to vacate his actual sentence. Once his sentence gets vacated, he's going to have to go back before that same judge at NBC Brooklyn, whatever it's called, the county jail that he was in. NBC Brooklyn, I think that's what it's called. Well, that judge hasn't been giving him a bond. It's not going to give him a bond now. And he's going to be even more irritated because Diddy and his team made him, not Diddy per se, but his team making him look like a complete idiot, because now I have to come back and re-sentence you to a significant, sentence reduction. Diddy's not going to get an appeal bond. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him out because remember, it's expedited by the courts. We're in April now. I wouldn't be surprised to see him out by June. And even if he does lose the appeal, he doesn't win, he'll be home. He'll be at the halfway house by August. A lot of people think that Diddy should stay locked up forever. I don't agree with, hitting women and some of the things that he's done, but I do know how the system will overcharge you. They'll overcharge you. Let's just say I'm sitting here. I am sitting here. But let's just say I was sitting here doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing, right? Police run up on me. Police run up on me. I see them coming. I'm like, oh. I'm smoking a joint, smoking a blunt. I take it, I toss it in the bushes. What did you throw in the bushes? Man, I didn't throw nothing, sir. What did you throw in the bushes? I didn't throw nothing, sir. They go with their flashlights. They search the bushes. They find the blunt that I allegedly threw in the bushes. I clearly threw in the bush. Just a misdemeanor. A little fine. Possession of marijuana. But because I threw it in the bushes, it quickly turns into a felony. Tampering with physical evidence, 1 to 5. Without any sentence enhancements. Let's just say I have a prior. I'm facing 5 to 10. I'm throwing a joint or a blunt because I didn't want the police to see it. It's like you're tampering with physical evidence. I get caught with a small amount of drugs on me. All this is just hypothetically speaking. I got 2 grams on me, $180. Instead of just charging me with simple possession of a controlled substance, they're going to charge me with trafficking a controlled substance. Oh, I'm within 1,000 yards of a school, so it's 1 to 5. These charges is just ridiculous. That's why you have so many people that are locked up. Now, everybody in prison is not innocent. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that being that they overcharge you and you look at all the time that you facing, and you like, man, I can get 25 years right here. I can get 30 years, but they offering me 5 today. I already been in the county jail for 8 months. On a 5-year sentence, you do 12 months. Then you see the parole board. Actually, they take you up 2 months early. So I would only do 10 months. I already got 8 months in. But if I go to trial and I got this public pretender attorney, man, even if they don't give me the max of 25, you know they're going to ask for at least 15, 16, 17 years. I can't risk it, man. And it's always the people that think they know it. Well, if you didn't do anything, then I wouldn't plead guilty. Man, you don't know what you would do when you're in front of Johnny Law, man. Why do you think so many people plead guilty? So the Fed's conviction rate is almost 100%, 97%, 98%. Most people plead guilty. Them people will knock your head off, man. And go home and honey, I'm home. Play with the kids and grandkids or whatever. And they done gave out 500 years on the bench today. Or that day. Locking people up is a business. Yeah, the people that are violent and obviously done things to little kids, they the ones that don't get that much time. The dude, what is his name? He was a Zumba instructor some years back. Went to my church and everything, but hey, spade is a spade, and I got the car. I'm not going to protect him. He was a Zumba instructor and he was a teacher. This dude was messing with little kids, 10-year-olds, man. It was like 2 or 3 of them. Let me tell you how the law works. They came in, charged him. He was all over the news. Obviously, he lost his job. He's in the county jails. People got him out. Bond was like 10 grand. They fought the case. He had, high-powered lawyers or whatever. He's fighting the case. 10-year-olds, man. When it was all said and done, everything's amended down to a misdemeanor to serve 12 months in the county jail. Out of that 12 months, I think he only ended up serving like 10 months, 9 months. You see, these are the people that they give breaks to. I'm not speaking about somebody that's, because I've seen situations to where, a young lady told a guy that she was 18, but really she was 17. But, bro, you like 35. You shouldn't even, I guess it's legal, but is it morally? I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm just simply saying there are situations like that that happen. I think it's distasteful. But when you have guys that clearly know, and you messing with a 15 or a 16-year-old, them are the people that they protect in prison, man. If you do something to one of them, it's a hate crime. They keep them separate. They keep them in the SO. That's what it's called, the SO. It's like program. They got their own dorms. You'll see them on the yard. They'll be out on the yard, but they're housed separate, like amongst each other. Those are the people that they're really, really protecting in prison, man. I don't understand. They say, well, we don't want to put the kid on the stands. We don't want to make the kid relive that trauma. But 12 months? And a misdemeanor? That means he can still have a firearm. He can still do all the things that I can't do, and I ain't had nothing but some counterfeit. And never even got caught with it. I'm not saying that what I did was, I'm not sitting here trying to make people or make myself, proclaiming that I was a innocent type of individual. I'm not saying that whatsoever, but what I'm saying is, because I was guilty. I was getting that money, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was getting that bread, you heard me? I ain't did nothing to no kids. I ain't raped nobody. I ain't did nothing, to any elderly people, none of those things. But the people that do these things get the least amount of time. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. You do something to one of them dudes, if you want to, now it happens, don't get me wrong. But if they in that SO program and you lay a hand, like I said, they're going to keep them separated for the most part. You do something to one of them, now some people, man, they don't care if they already got a life sentence, whatever. They protect these guys, man. Heck, you messing with a 11-year-old, 10-year-old, a 9-year-old, you 40, and you get 3 years. But you got to understand he's going to be registered as a SO, a SEX offender for the rest of his 3 years. 3 years for messing with an 8 and 9-year-old. But you ready to give this guy 30, 25 because he get caught with a couple ounces. You ready to give him life because he get caught with a handgun. He a felon. Man, in Kentucky, man, they give you enhancements on a freaking child support. Flagrant non-support. Anything over $1,000. I don't know if they've changed the law now. I heard that they did, but I don't know. Anything over $1,000, flagrant non-support. Charge you with a felony. You had a couple priors before. You know, nothing too major. Now instead of facing 1 to 5, you facing 5 to 10, 10 to 20 because of sentence enhancements. Nobody's ever gonna be able to convince me that locking people up is not a business. Nobody will ever be able to do that. I want to go to trial with my case. I feel like I can beat them. That's what happened to me on my last case. I ain't never get caught with nothing. And plus, what they were accusing me of, I don't feel like I was guilty of. I wasn't running no criminal enterprise. I'm just giving y'all my story, my situation that happened to me. I'm just giving you all the true facts. They made it seem as though we were sitting at a round table and I was like, all right, this is y'all's position. This is what you all are in charge of. Y'all do this and this. It wasn't even nothing like that whatsoever, but they painted a picture. And you come in my co-defendant 5-star and you offer him 33 years? But if he gives me up, if he agrees to testify against me, he goes down to 3 years? But offer me the same 33 years. But if I agree to work with them, then mine goes down to, and I ended up getting 3 years when it was all said and done anyway. And I wanted to go to trial. What stopped me from going to trial was 404B. 404B, prior bad acts. Meaning that if I went to trial, even if I didn't get on the stands, they had already filed a motion and the judge approved it, prosecution. Any charge that I've ever had in life could have been brought up, even the ones that got dismissed. It was my third syndicate case. Organized crime, all it is a state RICO case. Instead of it being a federal RICO, but they call it engaging in organized crime. 5 or more people engaging in illegal activity over a continuous amount of time. And it was nothing like that. Me and you may do some dirt in January. Then I come back, me and James, we do something in March. Then me and TB, we do something in June. You see what I'm saying? Then me and April, we do something in November. And they piece all of these individual, crimes together and say we were one big organization. I'm ready to go to trial, man. But when the jury sees all of my prior charges that I've had, like I said, even the ones that have gotten dismissed, man, they're going to knock my head off. Criminal syndicate carries 10 to 20. With the sentence enhancement, because I was already a felon, 20 to life. Do I really think that I would have gotten life for some counterfeit? No. But I could have got 30. Could have got 40. And they're seeing my whole history. See, typically they can't see, unless you get on the stands, they can't bring up your past. But the 404B, they can, because it's absent of a mistake. This is your MO. This is all I've ever been charged with. This is what this guy does. So therefore, we can show his past. I couldn't take that risk. So once we got the criminal syndicate charge thrown out, if I didn't take the plea deal that they were offering me, not only was they going to introduce my past, they were going to re-indict me the right way. Prosecutor said it out of her mouth. I got the head prosecutor, once Ray Larson's punk ass was no longer around anymore, Commonwealth attorney, a straight jerk. Once he was gone, the new Commonwealth attorney typically will preside over big cases, you know what I'm saying, like murder, serious cases. How was she over my case? This is some white collar. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't hurt nobody, and nothing. How's she over my case? She was going to indict me the right way, and we will make sure that we indict him the right way. Like I said, man, do what y'all got to do, man. Do what y'all got to do. Ended up getting 3 years when it was all said and done, but I already had backup time. I already had like 13 or 11 years on the shelf already. It was something like that. Got the new 3-year sentence. Ended up doing about 4 on it total. 3.5, 4 years. Listen, I shouldn't have been doing counterfeit. I shouldn't have been. But you got dudes on American Greed and shows like that beat elderly people out of their out of their entire life savings, and they lose their homes, and they done hit for 15, 20, 30 million, and they get 5 and 6 years, man. We was getting some money, but we wasn't getting to it like that. A few $100,000, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the way that it goes, man. Your best bet, stay legal, stay out here with your family, do the right thing, simply because it's the right thing to do. Technology is always people watching. There's nothing, I tell the youngsters all the time, there's nothing that you can do and get away with. Somewhere they can see what I'm doing right now if they really wanted to. If something happened and they had to go back and see exactly where I was at, how long I was at, technology's everywhere, man. You can wear your mask, all that stuff, man. They got stuff to where they can tell. Technology's crazy. It's not worth it, man. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. I've been home about 7 years. Can't get me to do nothing. This is where I'm at all day. Work, in front of this camera. Stick to myself, man. People, places, and things we must change. A lot of people, man, I ain't working, man. I ain't working in no Papa John's, man. I ain't delivering no pizzas. The penitentiary gonna make you work. You gonna work in the pen. Only difference is in the pen in Kentucky, you get about $26 a month, $25, $26 a month. That's what you make. You get one of those special jobs or whatever, you know, one of the higher paying jobs on the yard, you might make $150 a month. It's so hard to get one of those jobs because they use it. You know what I mean? They use it as a weapon. They weaponize it. They weaponize it because they got so many people signing up to get these jobs, making $150 a month. $150 a month is a lot when ain't nobody sending you no money. But you won't come out here and work for $150 a day. Make it make sense. Realkens TV, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. I've been on here for about 2 hours. About to go home. Still not gonna lay it down. Probably work on these t-shirts. Work on my credit book. I don't know if I'm gonna mess with the credit book tonight. I got a booklet. It's not an actual book, but it's a booklet. Probably no more than 60, 70 pages. Y'all want to get y'all's credit right, man. Show y'all how, when I came home, the young lady that I was messing with, she had gotten her credit right. I'll show you how to do it for you all that want to know or need that. Show you how to get I don't care if your credit score is 400, 500. Show you how to get it. And once you get your credit right, sky's the limit, man. Realkens TV, man. Appreciate y'all once again for chiming in. Somebody asked me the Cash App again. It's $KENZ as in zebra 1000. KENZ 1000, man. Catch y'all on the next one. Y'all make sure y'all go and watch that video that I dropped earlier. If you ain't seen part 1, watch part 1. Come back and watch part 2. Appreciate you, James. Appreciate you, April. Appreciate everybody. Bill, everybody, TB, everybody for chiming in with me, man. Till next time, Antonio Walker, definitely appreciate you, bro. Alaskan Terry, everybody, man. Bradley, Antonio Walker, I already said that, but I'll say it again. Living my best life. Everybody, man. Realkens TV. Holla back.